Alright, fuckers and fuckheads, what we're going to talk about today is the different types of women. Now there's different kinds of women. I mean, you've got the little candy Bambi fluff toy, the little bed dolls, you know, the ones that we all want but can't none of us afford, because you see, most of the little candy Bambi fluff doll bed toys, them things, they cost money. You know, I don't care if you're making $2 million a year, the bitch gonna break you if she can. Now, you got the other candy Bambi fluff toys. Now, they'll actually, you know, have a job, usually just based on their looks alone, receptionist somewhere. Those are alright. I like that. They work for a living. Half of them don't even know they look good. And then you got the candy Bambi fluff toys that think that they are the queen of the bedroom. They didn't invent sex, but they think that they perfected it. Well, you know, I tell you something right there. I am the first one to tell you, bitch, you ain't taking this dick. It's as simple as that. I've had fat chicks take more of this dick than any of them little tiny fine motherfuckers. And you better believe I like them little tiny fine motherfuckers. Anywhere from 70 to 100 pounds, about 30 years old, slightly anorexic, you know, no ass at all on the back, nice and flat back there so you know that pussy tight. Yeah, I like them little things, but I mean, hell, they didn't perfect sex. They didn't even get close. In fact, I think most of them, well, I think most of them ain't really the best at it. But you know, they look good, and that's better than Viagra for keeping your heart. I mean, you got a good looking little fine motherfucker like that on you, you know, you can go 6 or 7 rounds instead of just 2 or 3. Now you got your plain Jane women. These are the best kind to get because they'll pay their hefty bills and they will take care of your ass. They got a good body to them, but you know, the face ain't so much. But you know what? You see, me, I am one ugly motherfucker. I don't care if the bitch looks like the bride of Frankenstein or Frankenstein got a sex change. Hit that goddamn light switch, I'll fuck her. It's that simple. You know, and me being an ugly motherfucker like I am, I don't mind if she's the one hitting the light switch. I don't mind that a bit. Hell, I'm used to it. Now, the plain Janes, they're the best kind because they will try harder. They will try harder in the bedroom. I mean, you can tattoo Hoover on the inside of most of these chicks' lips. I mean, they're a little bit plainer. You see the candy Bambi fluff toy bed dolls, they've had some more pricks in them than a fucking porcupine got quills. The plain Janes, they might have been with 1 or 2, maybe 3 dudes. That shit's still tight, it still feel good. You know, it ain't all loose and tore up. You know, you ain't had some big dick motherfucker like me up in that shit. That's something I don't get either about women in general. Is, regardless, but, you know, all these women say they want a man with a big dick. I ain't never met a bitch that can take more than half of it. What the fuck is up with that shit? You know, either they want a big one or they want an average one. I mean, you know, come on. Maybe there's some in-between ground in there. Maybe somebody's out there hung like a chipmunk. I don't know. But all these chicks that claim that they want a big dick, it's 22 inches. I ain't never seen a bitch take more than 10 or 11. And yeah, I can talk shit about women because I got the nuts to go with it. And this is coming from somebody that lets women time to the bed. I'm into all kind of freaky shit. But anyway, now, the plain Janes, like I said, they try a lot harder. I mean, they'll wiggle their hips around. I mean, and unless you really fuck up, I mean, they're juicier than a fat chick when you up in there. You know, you can go 2, 3, 4 hours with them, whereas them little candy Bambi fluff toys, The only reason they look good is because they're fucking a lot. That's their exercise. They ain't really hanging out at the gym. They're going to the gym to socialize. That's it. Most of the time, the only exercise they get is picking up the fucking TV remote. Maybe going out to the fridge for a goddamn snack. The rest of that exercise is nothing but fucking. That's why they look good though. I mean, they got the muscles in all the right places. You just tell by their shape, that bitch good at fucking. But, hell no, I forgot what I was going to say. In plain Jane's, that shit feels good. I mean, you can go 3, 4, 5 hours, you know. It ain't like these little candy Bambi fluff toys where they look good, but they ain't really in no kind of shape. I mean, some of them are just naturally tiny like that. And them kind, you know, they ain't got no muscles at all. I mean, you know, we joke about finding a fat chick in a bag of flour. You know, some of these little tiny chicks is like total fucking caves. They've had so many things in them. Yeah, it's like, you know, that one chick at that. Yeah, there you got another one. You got the chicks that, regardless if they're fat, skinny, good looking, kind of plain, or even ugly, and you always got that one chick when you're at the party. Yeah, come on. I built this up for that first joke. I didn't want to be walking around with motherfucking like this. Where's the goddamn ashtray?
Just use one of them black.
Oh, okay. This motherfucker ain't going down for a while. Oh, goddamn. And I'm saying this shit there. Oh, fuck. Oh. Anyway. Ah. Alright, what was I saying before I got on the ashtray? You know, the kids, they say that marijuana will affect your short-term memory. And wait a minute, what the fuck was I saying? Now, you got what they call BBWs. We're just gonna move on. Fuck it, I don't even remember where I was. So we're gonna pick on BBWs now. Now, to me, there is such a thing as a BBW. I mean, granted, I'd be kind of scared to fuck the bitch. I mean, you know, one of them big muscle-bound Amazon, healthy, good-looking, got some titties out there, got some shape to her, about 6 foot tall, arms, you know, built, nice muscle tone. Yeah, that's a big, beautiful woman. Of course, now here lately, I've noticed that term has come to be used. You know, now my reason for not being attracted to, you know, the 6 foot tall Amazon bitch is I'm afraid if I didn't fuck her right, she'd rip my dick off with her pussy. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, women are kind of mean. But, here lately, they've got what they're calling BBWs. You know, they got, they're 5 foot tall and 4 foot around. To me, that's not a BBW. That's a reason to own stock in Gold Medal Flower Company if you're married to that woman. You know, I mean, to me, there is a second kind of actual BBW. Now, that's the ones where they're a little bit chunky, you know, average height, you know, anywhere from 5 foot to 5'6" or whatever the average height for a woman is. I'm just guessing here. And they got a little bit of meat on them, you know. They're stocky, though. I mean, there's a layer of fat there, maybe an inch or two thick, big deal. But there's muscle underneath it, and, you know, they're in good shape. And they're not lazy, they're not couch potatoes, they're They eat good, hell. That's all you can say. Now, them are good women to find. Because a woman like that, not only can she cook, she got the energy to do it. That's a good thing right there. You get you a woman like that, you know, food's expensive. She can't eat out all the time. So she's done learned to cook. And she's learned to cook good, because if it wasn't good, she wouldn't be eating it all. You know, I mean, that's basic common sense 101 right there. But they'll treat you right too. Now, you got the really fat chicks. You've got to watch out for fat chicks, okay? I mean, I've been down this road, and these fat chicks, they're dangerous, man. They'll use date rape drugs like beer and weed. You know, next thing you know, you're waking up tied to some woman's bed, and she comes in, and hell, there's 100-pound butt coming at you. Oh shit. That was the front. And that was just one cheek. I'm sorry I can't do this with a straight face, y'all, but I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. And, you know, now, the little bit heavy ones, the ones where it's only about an inch or so extra fat, they're only 20, 30 pounds overweight, you know, you can fuck the fat off that bitch in a month or two. She can be looking fine. You know, it's just, you gotta be willing to work at it. That's all I'm saying. I can't slip into that accent and keep trying and I can't do it. This is bad. Oh. But now, you've got these librarian type women, you know, that everybody fantasizes about. She's good looking but hides it with glasses and drab ass clothes. Now them type of women, okay, I'm stereotyping, so I'm gonna be fair so I don't sound too sexist. But about every 19 out of 20 of them, they're dressing ugly like that because they was raped when they was a kid or something, you know, when they was 8 years old, and, you know, they get to be my age, they're still whining about that shit. So, you know, you younger guys, you run across one of them, hit it and quit it, because you're going to hear about that shit the rest of your life. I mean, even if you quit dating a bitch, you're going to hear about it forever. Every time she calls you, she's still going to talk about that shit. And they're about the worst ones about talking about every health problem they've ever had or known anyone to have, too. Man, I don't know why, but them librarian types, it seems like there's more hypochondriacs among them than I've ever seen. But now, you're thinking that I'm meaning nerdy chicks by librarian types. No, nerdy chicks are a whole different entity. Nerdy chicks are cool, and they're damn good to be around. Because them nerdy chicks, they'll play video games with you. They'll get on the motorcycle with you. Now, I'm not saying that the nerdy chick gonna get on the same motorcycle as the country girl gonna get on with you. And but that nerdy chick will get on the gold wing, ride around town, and if you want a piece of ass out of a nerdy chick, let me give you a surefire way. You get you a Suzuki Marauder with the buttons down the center of the passenger seat, you know, because it's got that detachable bitch pad back there. Get one of them bitch pads with the buttons in it. By the time you have gone 30 miles at 50 miles an hour or more, you are guaranteed the first place you stop where you can sneak in somewhere and fuck, you getting some pussy. I don't know what it is about them and them buttons in that seat, but I had a chick ask me to put them back on my damn Sportster. So y'all, there's something going on there, and it's pretty much exclusive to the nerdy chicks. They're onto something that the rest of the chicks, yeah, they don't really seem to be onto. And there's another thing good about the nerdy chicks is they have a brain. I mean, you can sit there and hold a conversation with them for hours on end about you know, nonsensical things like nuclear physics or, you know, I knew one chick, dated her for a while, but super nerd, uglier than sin. And yes, she fell into the class where she got raped as a kid, and fuck, every time she was whining about anything, you heard about that shit. But, you know, I mean, she's an alright girl. Still talk to her today. But, she could sit there and build amplifiers out of her head. She didn't need a schematic. I mean, she was just like me. You walk over and, all right, what parts are on the shelf? Wait a minute, what we got for a transformer over there? So all right, there's a power supply. We got caps to clean that up. I think this bitch was, you know, that kind of conversation. And I liked her just for that reason. And that's a damn good thing about nerdy chicks. You know, the ones that, now the nerdy chicks that are the exception are the ones that took the jobs as accountants. 9 times out of 10, if the nerdy chick took the job as the accountant, she is obsessive compulsive, and you are going to hear it every time you didn't set the toilet seat down at the correct pressure and volume. You know, or whatever. Rate of descent, I guess. Oh, I'm digging myself a grave. Some bitch gonna kill me over this shit. Oh. Anyway, now, even that ain't gonna go down. Oh. That's a damn fake weed from down at the hippie head shop. But, pretty good shit though, y'all have to try this shit. It gives you a headache like in the back of your head like a motherfucker the next morning. But it's pretty good shit. It's worth the headache the next morning. That's why God gave us Advil. Now you've got another kind of woman. You've got the woman that, you know, they're calling them Cougars. And I will be the first one to tell you, when I was 16, 18 years old, I had no problem dating these 35-year-old, 40-year-old women, 50-year-old women. Had no problem with it at all. I mean, they would take care of you. They're pretty damn decent to have around. And most of them, you know, they've been down the block, so they know how to turn their own wrenches or fix shit around the house, or, you know, so, I mean, you're not just stuck fixing the shit. I mean, but most of them Cougars, you know, they're pretty much, all right, this is going to last, you know, a week or two. Yeah, hey, that's a good thing. I mean, I went through my teens and early 20s, and woo. These gals know what they're doing. They've been around the block, they've had time to experiment and play, and they make them young girls look silly. And they're peaking hormonally too at 35 and 40 years old. Hell, even at 50. But, you got these other women, and it is uncomfortable. Shouldn't have done that. But you got these other women, the grannies. I mean, that's what you call them. And they don't want a man. They, you know, they're set in their ways. They've got their own place. They're, you know, their own money and shit. And they don't really want a man. They just want somebody to come around and, you know, occasional service. You know what I'm saying? And they're not bad to have. I can't say that I ain't done it, because I know for a fact out of the 300 or 400 people that was at that party at my hangar up in Alabama when I lost that bet and had to do that dude's grandmother in front of everybody. I know there's 20 or 30 of y'all here on YouTube, so I can't deny I've done it. But you know, again, hey, still gets wet. Hit that light switch. That's what that light switch is there for. I mean, that ain't a relationship thing, but you know, kind of is, because you're good friends too. I mean, most of them you stay good friends with for years and years and years. I mean, even after they find somebody that they want to keep or something, or you know, even after they get done, they don't want to bang no more. But you know, they're still good friends, still good to talk to and shit. Oh, and then you've got these J-Lo ass bitches. Only they're going a little bit beyond J-Lo, some of them. You over there, this motherfucker ain't going down. But, they got these J-Lo ass bitches, you know, they think a big booty is sexy. Well, alright, you know, hey, yeah, it keeps that pussy up in the air a little bit higher, you can fuck it better, you know, you don't have to be raising her legs up and shit, reaching up under her ass trying to get that pussy up there, it's just already up there, but, I mean, hit that light switch because that looks funny, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you run into a risk with these big booty bitches. I mean, the saying about more than a mouthful is a waste may be true as far as titties go. And we'll get to those in a minute. But more than a mouthful, when it comes to cougars, more than a mouthful is a risk of suffocation, okay? Just take my advice on that one. Go for the chick with hardly no ass, you know, nice, narrow, you know, you ain't risking suffocation there, you know what I'm saying? If you go do the mouth this out, make sure it's a little cutie or something, or if nothing else, make sure she's got you tied down where you ain't got no fucking choice. If you, when I was a kid and all the way to today, I mean, everybody's fascinated with big hooters. Monster titties out there, yeah. Well, I've noticed something over the years that big hooters, loose cooter. The smaller the hooters, the tighter the cooter. That's a fact. That's an undeniable scientific lifetime of research. It's proven itself fact. Don't know why that is, I don't want to know. I just know that it is. But, you know, I mean, why are these women going to show us their titties? You know, they always flash you, you're going down the fucking highway, they're flashing out the fucking side windows and shit, and you're just trying to, wait a minute, where was the stereo on the bike? Fuck, looks pretty good. You know what? The hooters are really useless. Flash your cooter. You know, I mean, the hell with the hooters, show me the cooter, because that's what I'm after. I mean, well, are these women dense or something? They think that we're after the hooters? Oh. I mean, you know, we'll rub on them and stuff and suck on them and lick them and, you know, if that's what keeps you horny, we'll do whatever it takes while we're fucking, but other than that, they're pretty much useless other than keeping that cooter wet so we can fuck you some more. Don't show us them. Show us the cooter. Show us that motherfucker's still tight and ain't tore up. Hell. You know, save us the trouble. Alright, y'all. I can't do this with a straight face no more. We'll holler at y'all fuckers and fuck yes later.